I asked, who do you think the top 10 current Japanese wrestlers are across the world, and who do you think the current top 10 UK wrestlers are across the world? And when I said UK, I meant Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and obviously England. So I posed that question. I got a few responses on Facebook. I'm going to read my list first and say why, and then I'm going to read some of your responses off of Facebook that I got. First, I'm going to go with the list I made of top 10 current Japanese wrestlers from around the globe. Number 10, I said Kushida. Number 9, Hiroki Goto. Number 8, Katsuyori Shibata. I hope I pronounced that right. Shibata, I'll say that. Number 7, Hideo Itami. Number 6, Minoru Suzuki. 5, I'm going to go with Kota Ibushi. Number 4, Hiroyoshi Tanahashi, always been a favorite of mine. I realize he's become the John Cena of Japan, but that doesn't take away from his talent and all the amazing matches he's had, all the titles he's held. He's great. Number 3, Tetsuya Naito. He's currently one of my favorites in the business. I think he has improved so much. Not that he's ever been bad, but I think he's just improved so much in character, in in-ring ability, just everything within the past couple of years. I think he's really come into his own, and yes, I put him as number 3 on my top 10 list. Number 2 and number 1 could be interchangeable, but it's either or, because I think either one of these two could shine on a big stage in WWE regardless. Number 2, I put Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 1, Kazuchika Okada. Now, like I said, those two could be interchangeable. I think Okada could shine in the same position that Shinsuke is in. I think both of them are just as good. I think Okada is probably at the peak right now of being one of the best in the world, and Shinsuke Nakamura as well. I can't say enough good things about those two. Reading some of the lists I see from others, I saw somebody mentioned Asuka. That's not a bad pick. Somebody said Jushin Thunder Liger. I'm not going to disagree with that because he's a legend, and I completely forgot when I made the list that he's still wrestling pretty consistently. But one of the best ever, I think. Somebody said, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Go Shizaki. Not familiar with their work. Daisuke Sakimoto, not familiar with their work either. Other people are saying Ishii, Suzuki, Takahashi. I'm seeing a lot of names like that from around here. One person was a little upset that I didn't mention people from All Japan or Noah, other federations like that. I'll be honest with you, I don't watch All Japan. I don't watch Noah. I watch New Japan. I watch, and not consistently, but I do watch it here and there. I watch WWE. I watch TNA. I watch Ring of Honor. Those are the ones that I really pay attention to. So, I mean, the names from All Japan, the names from Noah, I'm sorry, I'm a little unfamiliar with them. Now, my list of top 10 current UK wrestlers, I'm going a little bit out of the box with this one because I'll explain why when I get to his name. But my list is number 10, I said the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. Number 9, gentleman Jack Gallagher. Number 8, the villain Marty Scurll. Number 7, one of the men from Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, the current WWE UK champ. Number 6, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Number 5, current Cruiserweight champion, the king of the Cruiserweights, Neville. Number 4, Magnus, former TNA champion. Number 3, Drew Galloway. He's always been a favorite of mine. I love all these guys. And number 2, I'm going to say Zack Sabre Jr. It was really hard for me to put him as number 2, but seriously, with my number 1, I had to put him as number 2. I just think Zack Sabre Jr., the current Evolve champion, I think all around is just one of the best in the world right now, period. Not just UK wrestlers, but best around the world. Number one, here's where I'm going off script a little bit because I realize where he's from in Ireland is not technically part of the United Kingdom. It's part of the Irish Republic. But I'm making an exception because I want to, and it's my show, it's my list. So, number one, I went with the Demon King, Finn Balor, the very first ever Universal Champion, former NXT Champion, Finn Balor. I think, again, when you talk about best in the world, I think he's in that talk. So he's my number one. I see a lot of people. Some of the suggestions I see: Mark Haskins, Kaylee Ray. I see Jimmy Havoc, Trent Seven. It was hard for me not to put him on my list, I'll admit. I'm seeing a lot of the same names I mentioned. Somebody said Wolfgang in their top 10. He is very good. Somebody said Mark Andrews. I'm seeing a lot of similar names to the ones I mentioned. So I guess a lot of people agree with what I said. One thing I just noticed, some news popping up about Tuesday, is I was talking about what's going to go on with AJ Styles in the WWE title picture coming up on WrestleMania, because it's a little out of the box what happened and what is proposed right now. But I see WWE.com mentioned Tuesday night on SmackDown will be AJ Styles taking on Randy Orton, since Orton technically, he did surrender his shot against Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, which is why AJ Styles is even in the title picture. So now, to have a one-on-one match, they're going to have Randy Orton taking on AJ Styles on SmackDown this week for the number one contendership and the shot at WrestleMania. So we're going to see how that goes. I fully expect Randy Orton to win, possibly some shenanigans involving Shane McMahon and Luke Harper. I expect some of that going on, possibly set up for a Mania match between... Even though I want to see Shinsuke Nakamura get called up to take on AJ Styles at WrestleMania, I'm thinking they might do that for the SmackDown after Mania, set up for that feud so that they have some good time to let it really sit in there and build up to Payback, which Greg, from my co-host from Monday, will love that, because he's actually going to Payback, so he would love to see a rematch from Wrestle Kingdom 10 with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. So we're going to see if that happens. They might set up for Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, which has been a rumored match at WrestleMania for a while, and I think Luke Harper will get involved somehow, insert himself into the title picture at WrestleMania. What I would love to see happen at WrestleMania is either A, Bray Wyatt retains and looks like the conquering, just dominant heel, the wrestling god type deal, or see Luke Harper get the title. Randy Orton is great, and I know a lot of people want to see him win the title, but in all honesty, I would love to see a dynamic. What would happen with Luke Harper as champion? I think it would be great. I think it would be different. Nobody would expect it. It would be a cool ending to WrestleMania, even though I don't expect that match to end WrestleMania. But anyway, that's the show. I'm going to end with one final thing. Is I always end with a top 10 list. So I'm going to go with 2 top 10 lists, actually, like I did this past Monday, where I said top 10 current Japanese, top 10 current UK wrestlers. I'm going to go with 2 top 10 lists involving WrestleMania, since by the time we do our next podcast, it'll be on Monday. It'll be full steam ahead on the road to WrestleMania after Fastlane. So my 2 top 10 lists I'm going to ask you for. Top 10 best moments in WrestleMania history. Not matches, moments. Top 10 best moments. And it can be the ending of a match. It can be something about a match. It can be a promo. It can be just anything that happened at WrestleMania, a top 10 moments list from WrestleMania throughout, the 32 shows that have taken place thus far. My second list, on the flip side, top 10 worst moments, not matches, again, moments. Top 10 worst moments in WrestleMania history. Top 10 best, top 10 worst. I want to see a list of that. I want to hear your suggestions on Twitter, Facebook. Hell, if you want to hit me up on Xbox Live, go for it.